Malaika, nakupenda malaika. Malaika, nakupenda malaika. Ingekuwa mama wewe, ingekuwa matata. Nashindwa na nani sina wewe. Ingekuwa malaika. Nashindwa na nani sina wewe. Ingekuwa malaika. Pesa sasungu wado yangu. Pesa sasungu wado yangu. Amesifanyeje kijana wasio. Nashindwa na nani sina wewe. Ingekuwa malaika. Amio, jikawe nyasama. Mamona tumbera. Nanatondiwa. Amio, jikawe nyasama.
Today is the 22nd of June 2026. The month is moving. Next week by this time, we should be talking about the end of June, preparing to usher in the month of July, the month of our country's independence. Liberia is going to be turning a year older next month. As a nation and people, we always celebrate the independence anniversary of our country. Who's going to be the orator this year? We don't know yet. I'd like to say good morning to all of you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to a brand new weekend. Today is Monday, first working day in the week. Still good to be here. Congratulations to all of our 12th graders after successfully sitting the WAS exams, anxiously awaiting results before graduation. That's what the ministry will usually say. Sometimes the schools will breach and go free. Let's take a break. We come right back here. Few things to talk about this morning. Welcome to the show. This is the OK Morning Rush. My name is Clarence. Welcome. Thanks to all of you for always joining us. Birthday people. Happy birthday to all of you, man. Let's take a break. Join our sponsors. Then we'll come back here. Who is the speaker? You know him. You do too. Let's take a break, yeah.
If you have a single barrel shoulder gun for hunting, traditional ceremonies, sports or recreation, go and register it with the Arms Commission. President Joseph Boakai says, don't be afraid.
This is a call for all Liberians and legal residents in possession of firearms to take advantage of Executive Order number 162 to register their firearms with the Liberia National Commission on Arms, the government institution responsible for regulating firearms in Liberia. Registering your firearm promotes safety and ensures you remain in compliance with the law. Do not harbor any fear of arrest or punishment. For more information, please call 0887 333 394 or 0772-240-240. A message from the Liberia National Commission on Arms.
Go and register your gun with the Arms Commission for the sake of peace.
We are brave. We are passionate.
Hey, Tanu, I need cash and there is no ATM around here.
Really? Did you try the EcoBank POS?
POS? I said I need cash. What is it about POS?
Judy, you can get your cash through the POS. All you need to do is to visit any EcoBank Express point or petrol trade gas station and request to use the POS. Guess what? It can also take other bank cards.
Oh, widow, you mean cards from banks overseas too?
Yes, it should just be your Visa card.
Wow, great. So when there is no ATM around me, I will just use the POS to get my money fast. EcoBank has made it too easy, man. EcoBank and innovation that real 5 and 6 so.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
I say, my people, First National Savings and Loans Liberia not do it again. Oh, I say, my people, y'all listen. First National Savings and Loan Liberia not do it again. Oh,
but when I compu, why you shouting all around the place like you not found bank manager well so?
Namo, even if I found bank manager well, I would be very happy.
Like how now?
Because all the things that the First National Savings and Loans Liberia doing, it will really take away our stress. Oh.
In what way it will take away your stress?
Look, Namo, if you're looking for a good place to save your money you suffer for, or you want your money to receive good interest over a period of time, then go to the First National Savings and Loans Liberia. At First National Savings and Loans Liberia, you can open savings account, current account, church savings, Susu savings, and mobile banking. You will get account SMS alerts right away, meaning as soon as you save the money, you will get message in your phone right away that you not save the money.
So compu, the way you not do all the fancy then so what should do now if I want to open my own account?
Namo, when it comes to opening saving account for church, school, and organization, you can call them and they can open the account for you right to your own house, school, church, or organization. If you want to pay your children's school fees, you can also do it when you call them too. Try to join them to make things easy for yourself.
I rather missing good in you.
Also, First National Savings and Loans Liberia can offer you different ways to do what the poor people call fixed deposit, or to keep your money starting from 13% per annual, meaning per year for Liberian dollars deposit, and 10.25% per annual, meaning also per year for United States dollars deposit for what the poor people call fixed deposit. First National Savings and Loans Liberia. We are located on 10th Street, Sinker. Better still, you can call us on 0779 206 231 or 0886 027 466, and we will come to you. First National Savings and Loan Liberia is a microfinance deposit taking institution. At First National Savings and Loans Liberia, we put you and your business first.
The Liberia Revenue Authority, LRA, informs all taxpayers and the general public of the ongoing registration exercise for medium and large taxpayers in preparation for the transition to the value-added tax VAT regime. The registration process includes the deployment of an electronic invoicing system in accordance with Section 55C of the Revenue Code of Liberia as amended and the Income Tax EFD regulation. All concerned taxpayers are encouraged to register online on the LRA website www.lra.gov.lr by clicking on the Online Services tab, selecting GST or VAT registration and completing the registration process. A team from the LRA will visit your premises to provide support for the registration process. Taxpayers are strongly advised to fully cooperate with the LRA registration teams to ensure successful registration and smooth deployment of the electronic invoicing system. Failure to comply with the registration requirements may result in penalties as prescribed under the amended Revenue Code, including other punitive measures. Please note that pursuant to the Liberia Tax Amendment Act of December 2025, approved on March 24, 2026, the Goods and Services Tax (GST) rate has been adjusted from 12% to 13% as part of efforts to facilitate a smooth transition to the value-added tax VAT system in 2027. For more information, visit the LRA website www.lra.gov.lr or call 0770 572 572. Signed, Margaret P. Crote, Commissioner, Domestic Tax Department.
Sandra, where are you going?
To the next water and sewer office to pay my bills.
But you live not too far from Pinsville City Hall.
Yes, but water and sewer got no office in that area.
Oh, so you don't hear the news yet?
What news?
The Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation has a new cashier center at the Pinsville City Hall where all LWSC bills can be paid daily, Monday to Friday, from 8 in the morning to 5 p.m.
What? So you won't tell me I've been wasting time on this road waiting for back when I could just walk to the Pinsville City Hall to pay my water bills?
Enjoy improved, efficient, and convenient financial services at the new LWSC Cashier Center, recently opened at the Pinsville City Hall for our value customers, mainly people living in the vicinity. For more information, call 0777 464 171, 0886 616 767, 0886 617 200, or our orange call-free number 5972.
The sun is hot and this traffic isn't moving. Worst of all, my car insurance expires today. Now I have to find a parking to stay in long queue. My whole day is gone.
My friend, why are you doing that to yourself? You don't need to go to them. Sir Auto Express comes to you. It is the fastest way to get your auto insurance in Liberia.
Will they come to me in this traffic?
Anywhere in Monrovia, just send your vehicle documents to them on WhatsApp. They will process everything in 10 to 15 minutes. You pay with mobile money or cash. When they arrive at your door, no stress, no waiting, and the best part, delivery is absolutely free of charge.
So I can stay in my office, send a WhatsApp, and my sticker just appear.
Exactly. And listen, if you insure your car for 1 full year, SAR gives you a free gasoline coupon. You are saving time and getting free gas just for being a new customer. It is extra value for your money. SAR Insurance is committed to protecting you across Liberia from Broad Street and Cinco, Todwala, Buchanan, and Ganta City. We are there for you. Drive with confidence, knowing you are back by a name trusted by the Central Bank. Get your relief today. WhatsApp us at
0770 381293
0771 504645. Free calls on Orange 0771 111222 or Lone Star 7223. Sir Auto Express. No stress, no waiting, just simple, fast delivery.
Good news to all travelers in and out of Liberia. Sumahoro Transport Service, STF, has introduced new fleets of buses in Liberia to take travelers from Monrovia directly to Ghana, Abidjan, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. We can also do connections for our passengers to Lomé, Cotonou, and Lagos, as well as Bamako, Dakar, Banjul, Kankan, Madiana, and Labi. We carry valuable items to your loved ones through our courier service. We also have delivery service to your various destinations upon arrival in Monrovia. We have Texas service to and from our parking station to your home. Please come to our red light office opposite Zone 9 Depot Police Station or call 0775 908830 0886 0555 558801 for bookings. ST is here to serve you.
The Banking Institute of Liberia, BIL, the training arm of the Liberia Bankers Association, LBA, and the Central Bank of Liberia, CBL, announces the commencement of its professional training program in the following categories. Professional Development Training. These targets graduating seniors and degree holders. Courses offered: Banking and Finance, Audit and Internal Controls, Procurement and Contract Management, Logistics and Supply Chain Management, Public Accounting and Finance, Monitoring and Evaluation, M&E, Compliance and Corporate Risk Management, Human Resource and Customer Relationship Management, Project Management, Business Analytics, Data Analysis and Management using Power BI, SPSS and Excel, Ethics and Corporate Governance Project Proposal Writing. Duration: 3 months. Tuition: $275. Business Development Training. The Banking Institute of Liberia also offers training for high school graduates and college students in Business Accounting and Microfinance Management, Small and Medium Enterprise Development and Management, Office Administration and Business Communication. Duration: 2 months. Tuition: $205. All our fees are payable in 3 installments. Training programs at the Banking Institute of Liberia are facilitated by experienced lecturers with practical experience, including bank executives and financial experts. BIL is committed to providing professional training to its clients at international standards. For more information, visit the Institute office at the intersection of Warren and Carey Streets, in the old microfinance building of the Central Bank of Liberia. Banking Institute of Liberia, the Center of Excellence in Banking and Financial Management Training.
Okay, we like to say welcome back to the OK Morning Rush, right here on 99.5. 8 o'clock this morning, the president of the Female Journalists Association of Liberia, Lisa Dassey, will be here along with other colleagues from other institutions, and we'll be talking about the Peace Jam project. The Peace Jam Liberia project is a project. Is the Generation for Peace project. It's a project that seeks to strengthen peace, reconciliation, and transitional justice. They will be here to talk to us about that. And at 9 o'clock, Attorney at Law Maxwell Grispe will be here, the head of the Witness Protection Agency. We'll talk about witness protection, but with specific focus to the ongoing investigation over the seizure or confiscation of $19 million worth of drug, cocaine, the biggest in the country right now that is being talked about all over. Let's go to the BBC and get some of the things happening in other places in Africa before we come back here. In Ethiopia, the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed is the big winner following the country's general election, as his party has retained its overwhelming parliamentary majority, despite the pool being overshadowed by conflict, accusations of repression, and little participation by opposition parties. The Prosperity Party, which won 438 of the 501 contested seats, will form the new government, with Abiy set to be sworn in for another term at the beginning of October. It is a boon for Abiy's supporters, who believe he will continue with the economic gains he has overseen, but others fear the internal divisions and security challenges facing Africa's second most populous country are only going to get worse with Abe at the helm. With that story from South Africa, let's come back home and talk about some of the issues here. The situation with the 19 million US dollar worth of drug, the country must take it very seriously. It is not something for us to joke with, and good that the president has said that the government will do everything to ensure his word the cartel is dismantled. He also promised that there will be the government will have nothing. We hope all of those things will happen. So as to prove to the world that even though these things cannot be stopped immediately, because drug business is a big business, but countries and governments must put in place measures to curtail it, and that people who are arrested with it must bear some penalties under the given laws of a country, like in the case of Liberia. I'm particularly saying this thing because when people attempt to present our country to look like a hub for drug trafficking in the region, I said to you last week that I'm privileged to have a very sensitive document, not on Liberia, but on another country that the European Union seemed to have placed a red line. The European Union seemed to have played a red line. And sometimes the EU is a composition of 24 countries. Sometimes it's not the way they do, sometimes the way they will take some of the actions is not going to be direct. But indirectly, some of the countries will start withholding their support to a particular country. They will start winding down their projects in the country, because when there is a red line, in the case of this country that I'm talking about, it's a bad thing. So I was reading the Brussels Times. The Brussels Times. Imagine with this, when I came across, somebody sent a story to me. I was shocked that a British nursing student, and this is the reason why I say the government should not play with the drug issue. It should take it seriously to prove to the world that it has absolutely nothing to hide. Imagine a British nursing student. A British nursing student was sentenced in Brussels for cocaine trafficking. I will tell you why I'm talking about a British nursing student. A British nursing student was sentenced in Brussels for trading in cocaine. When my friend sent me this, and this thing happened last year. It happened last year, I think in December. But I'll read the whole story right now, so you see exactly what I'm talking about. So you see exactly, because when these things go out in the other countries, then people begin to place spotlight on your country. British nursing student sentenced in Brussels for cocaine trafficking. Listen to it. And this thing happened, this story was written on Monday, the 15th of December last year by the Brussels Times with Belga. A British nursing student was sentenced to 40 months in prison by a Brussels court after customs officers discovered nearly 10 kilograms of cocaine in her luggage. Imagine, a female student. After customs officers discovered nearly 10 kilograms of cocaine in her luggage, the 20-year-old landed at Brussels airport on the 23rd of August, returning on a flight from Liberia. Custom officers inspected her suitcase and found 9 packets of cocaine, totaling 9.9 kilograms. The public prosecutor stated that the woman claimed she had visited the family of a friend in Liberia and accepted their offer to pack her luggage before departure. She was allegedly instructed not to open her suitcase afterwards. However, investigators found messages on her phone suggesting she had received instructions to pass through customs in a larger group to avoid scrutiny. The prosecutor further argued that it was implausible for a criminal organization to entrust drugs worth $1 million to someone unaware of the presence. The defense maintained that the student was innocent, asserting she had traveled to Liberia with a friend to visit the friend's family and had been exploited without her knowledge. They stated that the family packed her suitcase to allow her to enjoy her stay until the last month. The defense requested acquittal or filing that a suspended sentence, stressing that the student was pregnant at the time of her arrest, but suffered a miscarriage while in detention, causing her immense guilt. The court rejected the defense arguments and imposed a 40-month prison sentence on the woman. This is something that happened last year, December, in the British, in Brussels, and it was published in the Brussels Times. A female nursing student came to this country. She returned in August of last year. When the custom went to check her bag, they saw cocaine in it. She told the people that she had absolutely no idea about it. When she was about to leave, she visited the home of a friend in Liberia yet, and her friend's parents packed her suitcase for her, and they told her not to open the suitcase until she got home. So the lawyers that were representing the state at the Brussels court argued that it's not possible. No criminal organization can give cocaine to somebody to try with it when the person didn't know anything about it. It's not possible. And then they saw text messages in her phone that she's supposed to carry the thing. She must make sure she stay in the line where plenty of people are. Then the custom with that, all kinds of things. Why am I saying this thing? I am saying it for us to know that even last year, December, somebody was arrested in Brussels with cocaine that she said came from Liberia. So in other words, what she was saying, I don't know about the cocaine, but it came from Liberia. That my friend people then put the cocaine in my bag. So in other words, what she was saying, when you go to Liberia to visit now, when you come here, you gotta be careful because somebody put cocaine in your bag. What are the cocaine she came to buy you? What happened or what not happened? But the thing is, she was sentenced to 40 months. 40 months, that was 24 months at 2 years, right? 48 months at 4 years. She was sentenced to a little over 3 years. That's what it means. These are some of the reasons why the government must take this thing. The government must go into it with everything to say to the world that, look, yeah, we may not have control over everybody bringing things because we have porous borders in our country. We may not have all of the capacity to be everywhere at every time. But the good news is, if you are caught, we do not compromise, regardless of your status, regardless of your affiliation, regardless of your religion, regardless of anything. Because, like I'm telling you, I mean, transnational drug crime is nothing small. It's an organized thing. So our security people will not be everywhere, even the great United States that is so powerful, sophisticated, with capacity and everything. People can still do drug trade but you know what made people great? When you are grabbed, when you are arrested and the drug is confiscated, they do not look for name anymore. No name business. Nobody, they will not protect anybody. You can be who? Just the other day, a friend of mine, in fact, there's something happening in Sierra Leone, in one of the places, I don't know, Kalaum. You know, a motorcyclist died there. A police officer was attempting to restrain a motorcyclist. Something happened there. I was just trying to see what I can talk to one of my colleagues to give us detail. I was talking to one of my friends in Sierra Leone, and he was telling me the other day, I think either the president's cousin or the president's sister was implicated in some kind of drug issue, and she's being investigated. So what I'm saying is, all can be sleeping. But they get security people that can be people get information. We may not know all the criminals in the place. We may not know all the drug dealers in the country. But when you are caught, it should have nothing to do with your affiliation. No matter how powerful you are, that is how the country will prove to the outside world that when we arrest you with cocaine in our country, you can be whoever will prosecute you. I'm just saying, I didn't even know that last year, December, somebody was arrested in Brussels, and the person was, prosecuted, and the person was convicted for traveling with cocaine, 9.9 kilograms of cocaine from Liberia. In essence today, I don't know what she came to do. I don't know she came on internship or whatever she came on. But you see what it means? So like I was saying, when you see EU then putting red line on countries, there are 27 countries speaking. I initially said 24, but EU, the member countries are 27. So the way they will take action against you, it will be indirectly. The other project will start winding down. You'll see the other EU sponsored project, they will say, oh, no money. Because they don't want to come out directly and say, oh, because your country is doing this, so we're punishing you. So they will be very diplomatic about it, but they will be serious about it. And sometimes when all these things are going on, there are diplomatic discussions that go on that may not be public, but there are a lot of things. Like I said, the privileged document that I got, I'm not sure it was public. But EU wrote that particular country and put them in the red, which is not good for their development. It will not even be EU countries alone. Because we live in a world where there are interconnectivity. The EU, there are member countries in the EU that are friendly with the UK, that are friendly with the US, that are friendly with other countries. And these countries may be doing projects in your country. But when these people start getting all these reports circulating, they will start putting a check to a lot of things. So I still maintained that we need to give the Drug Enforcement Agency and the joint security of the country, we need to give them some time to do their investigation so that whatever will come up, we will trust it. I have always said times without number that we need to believe in our own state institutions, but these state institutions must function in a way that will allow us to believe in them. If we must believe in them, they must function in a way. Now, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, in close consultation with the management of the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, announces petroleum products monthly price circular for gasoline and fuel oil on the Liberian market, effective June 18. The ministry informs the public that the prices of both gasoline and fuel oil have been reduced. Gasoline has decreased by US 0.15, while fuel oil has been reduced by 0.30. New price ceiling for petroleum products, effective June 18. The approved prices are as follows. Petroleum products, wholesale selling price, retail price and pump price. Gasoline, US $4.66. US $4.94 for gasoline, which is LD $905. Fuel oil, US 5.97. That the one that the wholesale rate, then they will sell it US 6.25, meaning it's supposed to be $1,145. The exchange rate applied for this circular is 183.1427 to US $1, as published by the Central Bank of Liberia. And I must say thanks to the Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, managed by Amos Stowe. To be honest with you, in the war that went on in the Middle East, I mean, don't get me wrong, the gasoline price went up a little bit. But it did not get to the stage where a lot of people were predicting, and I thought it was something good. I really thought it was something good. It went up a little bit, but it managed to hold it there. It did not increase to the level where cars were packed to petroleum stations because there were no gas, there were no fuel. People could not go to work. Motorcycles could not get them. Parking all over, people just running for gas. We did not experience that kind of thing yet. We must give it up to Amos Stowe and his LPRC and the other people. Yeah, for me, that one, they did well. That other one there, they managed, the price went up a little bit because of the situation, but they managed to keep it the play it was. Right now, there is a reduction. I'm inclined to think that if the situation between the U.S. and Iran on one hand and Lebanon and Israel on the other, if they continue to have these diplomatic discussions and they're going okay, maybe it might follow drop again. So it must where you got kudos. You did well over there with your team. You did well. We did not have an incident in the country whereby there was shortage of petroleum products to the extent that people were running to gas stations. No, we never had that kind of thing. To be honest, I think it was good. The Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency unequivocally rejects and condemns the false, malicious, and reckless report. Okay, so there were reports on social media that Fedora Biago has resigned. I got that and I sent it to him. I wanted his confirmation. He responded, I think 2 days later, and said it was a fake news. So the head of the Drug Enforcement Agency has not resigned. He is still in his position. I am trying to access the Ministry of Justice statement it issued. I had it somewhere. You could send it to me. I had it somewhere, but I actually don't know where I place it. I'm trying to. The Ministry of Justice issue statement is so good. Maxwell is coming here 9 o'clock, so I found out for him. Where's a whistleblower? When does one become a whistleblower? What a difference between a whistleblower and the suspects. Because some of the people whose names the Ministry of Justice has put up, can we call them whistleblower too? Did they blow any whistle? Or is it because the situation is the way it is, we can consider them whistleblowers? So he's coming. We'll talk that one here, 9 o'clock. Like I've always said, when there are good things happening in the country, let's not shy away from talking about them. I witnessed the groundbreaking ceremony for the CSA. I think they're supposed to build something in Bond County. Congratulations to the Civil Service Agency. I think they're on their way to Nimba. I'm sure they want to do something there too. The Civil Service Agency, they're trying to extend to other counties. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. When the thing about development in the country is, whether you like it or not, you see, there were projects the George Weah administration carried out, implemented, delegated. When this government inherited those projects, we are moving ahead. It means they're not going to, for example, George Weah government executed the construction of the Emory Hospital in Bapulu. Very good project. The government will not think about building hospital in Bapulu again. Probably the capacity building and maybe provision of drug now we'll be talking about. All I'm saying is that is the reason why when good things happen in the country, all of us should be happy to talk about it. Because all the good things that will happen under President Joseph Boakai, the day he leaves power, we have another president taking over. The country is not going to go back there. We will move ahead. That's how nations develop. Except that sometimes in the country, the way the politics is, people don't talk about other people in a project when it comes to power. Because when they were in opposition, they made it look that those projects were not very important. I remember very well when Dr. Rennie Jackson was superintendent of Bond County. Rennie Jackson now works with the asset recovery team. When Rennie Jackson was superintendent of Bond County, he took a bold decision to put the Banga Sports Stadium or the David Kuyon Sports Stadium in fence. Wow, that thing was not easy thing in Bond County. Other people thought it didn't worth it. They thought it was, fencing the sports stadium, we should use the money to do something else. But Rennie Jackson stood the ground. He said, we are centrally located. Every time there is a game here, people got to be putting touches on the field. People got to call read the play there. We got to move ahead. Other people stood against that project. Today, Bond County is boasting now that it have the county sports stadium is fenced. Even though a lot of people thought that was not the right thing to do at that time. But at least he stood his ground. And these are some of the pains people pay when they're in leadership. He saw it. He was far-sighted. He saw it. And I always ask myself, why the leadership in Bond County and the caucus, why they can't take the bold step to reach out to the Liberia Football Association and say, how is it possible for the Banga Sports Stadium, big sports stadium, that every time LFA will jump over it, will go to Ganta and, do the things they do there, and it can be Banga. Every time I ask, but the people say, the people ain't agree, the people in Bond County ain't agree. Talking about Bond County, I just want to say thanks to young Representative Eugene Colley. Eugene, I'm following you very well. You're doing well for your people. I think you mean well for your district, and I don't want anything to blow your heads, to blow your head. Keep it as it is, be focused, remain focused, and do what you're doing for your people. You're very young. I see a lot of energy in you, and I must publicly commend you, Eugene. If you did wrong, I will say it, but from where I sit, from what I hear, from what I see with my eyes, I think you're doing well for district number 5. Keep it up. You could be remembered. Posterity will remember you. History could be kind to you. If you continue on the path, you're moving on. I see you even presenting a vehicle to your chief of office staff, and I was shocked. A lot of people don't do that. Then I see you bring in the country an ambulance for your district. As young as you are, you could be young, but the people of that district, they've placed a responsibility upon your shoulders, and you must not attempt to fail them, because failing them will set a bad precedence for other young people who want to come after you. I'm talking about Bond County District 5 Representative Eugene Colley. Thank you so much, my brother. You're doing well. Sometimes we see these things. I may not be reaching out to you on telephone, calling you and saying, my man, you're doing well, but I think you're doing well. I also follow you in education. You're sending your peers. I mean, as young as you are, you also sending young people to Rwanda and other places to acquire education and come back to the country. That's good of you, Eugene. Knowing you, knowing your background, and where you were a few years ago, where you are now, I think it's just good enough to give back to society. Okay, so on the drug issue, Maxwell is coming. We will leave some of the questions, but I think I just want to read the Ministry of Justice press statement before we can open the telephone lines to get the Ministry of Justice. Okay, let me just read it as it is, right? The Ministry of Justice of the Republic of Liberia wishes to inform the Liberian people, in the interest of transparency, that Paul J. King, General Manager of GLS Mesis, previously named as a person of interest, currently at large in the ongoing investigation into the seizure of approximately 237.6 kilograms of cocaine at Roberts International Airport on June 8, has voluntarily presented himself to the authorities and is now in the custody of the Joint Security Investigative Task Force. Mr. King is being held under the supervision of Joint Security personnel and will assist investigators as they probe into the full chain of criminal responsibility connected to this shipment continues. His cooperation is expected to support the task force's efforts to establish the complete network of individuals and entities linked to the importation, consumption, transportation, and attempted exportation of the narcotics in question. The ministry reaffirms that, consistent with the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. King will be afforded all protections guaranteed to persons in custody, including the right to due process, access to legal counsel, and protection from intimidation, maltreatment, or any form of extrajudicial action. His designation as a person of interest and his current cooperation with investigators do not constitute a determination of guilt. The government of Liberia commends Mr. King's voluntary cooperation as a step toward full accountability and reiterates its commitment to a thorough, evidence-based, and impartial investigation that follows the facts wherever they lead, regardless of position, influence, or status. In light of this development, the Ministry of Justice renews its call on all remaining persons of interest who continue to invade the authorities to avail themselves to the Joint National Security Investigative Task Force without further delay. National and international efforts to locate and apprehend all outstanding individuals connected to this matter remain ongoing, and time will not diminish the reach of the law. The Ministry of Justice will continue to update the Liberian public on significant developments in this case, consistent with the requirements of due process and the integrity of an active criminal investigation. The ministry says Mr. King has voluntarily turned himself over and he's in the custody of the Joint Security Task Force investigating the matter. This week, we hope the government, through the Ministry of Justice or whoever, can give us additional information. Because even as it is, there are people in the public who still believe that some of the people who were named by the Minister of Justice and the Ministry of Justice and the government are not the main doers of the act. They believe that those were just the petty people on the airport. But let's see what the government will do. Like I said, you heard me talk about the other situation with the December last year. Those things are not good. Do you remember when George Weah was in power here and the passport thing came about? It was a global embarrassment for the country. Those things are not good. The other drug, the cocaine thing is becoming an embarrassment for the country because it's gone all over. To the extent that somebody will come here, a nursing student will come here and be going back, and they arrest her in Brussels with 9.9 kilograms, and she say people pack her bed in Liberia. She know about it, she know, blah, blah, blah. You see how it going? So when people want to present the country like that, we got to fight back. And the only way to fight back is to fight back with the fact. So the other fact there, the government must go all into it. I was asking myself the other day, this guy at the National Insurance Company of Liberia, what his name? His last name Soiree. So that meant he would just be acting on the dark, was it Natu Jala there? Yes. I need to follow up to see what has happened to that case now against Natu Jala. Where is it now? What have you? Got the guy there? That guy just acting. Whole day he just acting the president. and the Liberia Agriculture Commodity Regulatory Authority too, the president did the right thing, put Christopher Sankolo and his deputy back. But one of the deputies, Mr. Chia Gale, was also cleared by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. They didn't put him back. Up to now, he's still sitting. But he was also cleared too, Mr. President. Mr. President, Mr. Chia B. Gale Sr. was also cleared by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission of no wrongdoing. So if you reinstated Christopher Sankolo and the Gogoli guy, I think it was just fair enough to also reinstate Chia Gale too. Because all of them got suspended. They were ongoing probe. He is also clear. Sometimes we say these things to remind the president and people around the president to know. Because the defense will be, well, the president can know everything. 0777-700-995-0555, 995-995, and 0555-026-9995. We have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Sergeant Clarence Jackson. And let me say good morning to the people of Liberia.
The boy, I swear. Go ahead.
Come again?
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you so kindly. This is activist Martin Render, and I do join you this morning from Luther office in West Point, Liberia United for Justice and Accountability. Two issues quickly. Before I go to the issue, let me comment on the very journalists across the country who this morning took upon a time during this reading season to get to a radio station and do the
So you were giving lunch today to that place where you can go eat?
We were reaching, President Jati. My pocket is not too strong today. We are reaching. I'm inviting to Luja office.
My lunch not expensive. I can eat kobo.
You?
Oh?
I can say that too, but you kobo, man. Yeah, you kobo.
What is kobo? What do you mean? My man, I'm not too. I'm a regular person, but go ahead.
No, man. Well, let me go ahead. You know, I listened to the Justice Minister on the 19 million worth of trust case, and I did a comparison analysis between the past Justice Minister handling of the 100 million worth of just case and the current minister handling the 19 million worth of just case. President Jazzy, with all prejudice being attached to my analysis, there are some differences between the both of them. You realize that the other person is much professional, he means well for this country, and as such, he is following a play-by-play description of the book. That is the current justice minister. Hey, this thing is not something we should play about. Hey, there's an international capital. Part two, our country and our country image at this point in time will be well taken care of. And as such, I want to commend the Justice Minister and all of the Jones security for the speedy and the timely handling of the just issue.
Okay, thank you, McLean. You've said yours. We gotta go to the line and take another caller. Hello.
Good morning, Piso.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you. Josiah Simone line from the Kowotan Belt.
All right, Joe.
Members of the United Party and Electoral Bureau.
Okay.
Piso, let me say thank you. You know, I'm telling you thank you. When someone did well, they should be acknowledged. Like you, calling of this number 5 from where I hail from in Bon County. Let me say thank you for bringing this to the limelight. Let me join you to tell him thank you for ably representing the people. It's about the next elections. It's about the next generation. What you do speaks for you. Most of a young man like Eugene, right? These are leaders we're talking about. Let me say thank you. And let me say thank you to the LPRC. You know, when we say this, people say, oh, that's some politics. When someone is doing well, they should be acknowledged. They gotta say, give the man his flower while he is alive. Well, what LPRC did under the leadership Amos Square in this government, not a world commanding. Can you imagine Korea has the economic strength? That the right issues. There was several gasoline there, right? We're following the news. But with Liberia, the gas will be available. Although price went out, but we could see it. We're not sleeping in lines. We're not working like we were doing previous time. We want to say thank you to our government and Amos Tua and his team. That continues.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah?
My name is Jonathan S. Sensu, and I call from Front Street.
Yes, Sensi?
Yeah, that Sensu was Sensu.
Sensu, like S-E-N-S-U-E.
S-A-N-S-W-E.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jackson, for what you continue to do for our country. Leaving your comfort zone, you know, every morning, coming to brag the Liberian people about happening. Clarence, my attention has been drawn to the drug issue. For me, the drug issue, Liberia have been, people are now looking at our country as a drug center, a transit center. So this issue, the government need to take it serious. But my disappointment here is some of the supporters of this government, they are not doing well for the government because sometimes when you talk about the drug issue, they want to bring up a past issue. And the $100 million drug issue higher, they all compromise it. The people were taken to court and the people lost the case.
Exactly. The government did not have evidence.
Of course. But there's one. The people continue to hear information from the Liberian people up to now. 6 persons have been on him have been on here up to now. The Liberian people will not know anything. And you know, while you are just reading, the lady who visited this country and who had a drug in her bed. These are information that the people going to carry this information against our country.
Exactly. That's exactly the point. That's why we need to fight back by saying the truth and nothing else but the truth and bringing people who are involved no matter what. Hello?
Yeah, hello. Good morning, Morovia. Good morning. Okay, FM.
Good morning, my brother. Where you come from and your name?
I'm calling from South Korea. This is Dick Nelson.
All right, Nelson, let's hear you, brother.
Oh, the way you guys make drugs the Father Day message, those who are involved, the way you people pimp up there. I don't know whether you guys read story about Asian countries, America, how they treat, whether you are purposing or interest. There is nothing that rights being given to you, bro. The way you will run after drugs. Liberia will not get rid of drugs now. Giving the people courtesy, allowing them to bring themselves in, you must hunt them down.
But I don't know about where you live, but I know it's supposed to be a global standards around the world. There are persons of interest and there are suspects. When the person of interest is elevated, I'm talking about negatively now. Is elevated when the status of that person is elevated to bossman. Wait, bossman. 1 minute now, because you see, in this jurisdiction, there is a presumption of innocence under our law. So when you are a person of interest, your rights and privileges to some extent you will still have it. But when you become a suspect now, I'm not sure they will treat you the same as they would do when you are a person of interest.
Yeah, but cargo handling and custom are almost go hand in hand. That means any things that come to your warehouse or your handling facility, you must know what is in those things. Once you handle those things, you must know them. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and you are right. You
that will be undeclared.
You are all.
Bring a cargo to you that will be undeclared.
You are
so
also.
That cargo that you handle, you must know what in it. And that's what makes you a suspect.
You are also right. And these are the reasons why they are investigating. Who knows? Somebody could be from suspect down to, from person of interest to suspect. You are also right, but it takes...
We are looking at the item involved. Drugs law around the world is something that is changing. The drugs law around the world is not like, raping case, you got to go do DNA. It's not like, all other things like, somebody's store, you cannot find it. There's a drugs that you are not allowed to touch it. It's something that you are not even allowed to be associated with it. And CCTV camera have shown what happened.
No, I'm also saying to you that probably there's a difference between the person being caught red-handed with the drug or in the act. Then this one we're talking about, people, they say people ran away, they're looking for them, other people turning themselves over, they are persons of interest. I remember people...
Okay, I got one question for you, right? So up to now, there's no suspect in the... There's no suspect yet?
Well, I think so too, because the government has not come out to tell us whether there is any suspect yet. The government says he arrested the initial first 6 persons, the person in his custody. I don't know whether they have come up to say there is a suspect. I don't think that...
Liberia not ready to fight drugs, bro.
Okay, bro. Thank you. And he raised some very important points too. He raised some important points. His concern is, but now everybody implicated in the thing, whether to the airport or not, they should not be treated as persons of interest. They should be suspects. Well, that's how he thinks. But apparently, because sometimes you got to be careful so that people will not walk free. Because most of the time, the court will look for reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt. So sometimes if you're not careful and, you make it look the way it is, the people will just walk free. Hello?
Yeah, good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you so much for the topic. This is Washington Molva. I call from Jocosta.
Yeah,
Washington. Thanks to Amos Swear to LPIFC, because they remember the part regime when gas price went all not easy. The whole station should be by people carry continue putting gas expensive higher price to citizens. Not easy to even see it should be very, very high. But thanks to the government, they were able to manage that even when the price went up, it's no such a thing that we experience that we are so close to him, and then God bless him, that he continue to do the work.
Okay, thank you. Let's take the final call. Mr. Alexander Cummings issued a statement yesterday evening. I will read that statement very shortly. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Clarence.
Yeah?
I'm Alfred Tamahali. I'm calling from Triple.
Yeah, Tamahali.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to Amos Joel. She's doing well. He found the mess a lot. She gave a flower.
Okay. Let me take this. I'm sure this is a final call. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, Tammy.
Yeah, Clarence, this is Peter Lynn. I call you for Comforter.
Peter Lynn, let's hear you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you for the show this morning. Yeah, before going to make my point, the reason I'm calling, let me firstly let you know that, Clarence, if there is a reduction in gas, it making no impact because we are still paying $300 for Boulevard Junction to Broad Street.
Okay.
So I see no essence for talking about gas reduction.
Okay. The reason I talk about it is the fact that even though there was a conflict, countries were affected, but there was an availability of the product. Most of the time in economic terms, people talk about availability. So it's important that in the midst of everything, but at least gas was here, we saw it to buy. But go ahead.
And we also need to be patient because we are not here completed in 6 years. But however, I heard you talking about Mother Bureau's sister, right? And Mother Bureau's sister, Amaya Bureau, has been investigated twice.
Okay.
In Sierra Leone.
Okay.
It happened in 2024 when she was allegedly associated with Push,
yeah.
And then she was investigated.
Mm-hmm.
Also, recently in this 2026, she was also investigated according to.
Yeah. Hello, Peter Lee. Peter Lee, are you there? Peter Lee, are you there? Okay, Peter Lee, I didn't call you also. Let me just replace you with Deputy Minister Daniel Sano, because you went off. I don't know. Minister, quickly, our guests are here.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Let me say good morning to our citizens who are following your show this morning. I just like the fact that you have acknowledged, you have taken time to acknowledge the good work that Mr. Amos Twe and his team are doing at the LPRC. But I just wanted to highlight one thing. When the LPRC decided to import petroleum at some level to ensure that there is constant availability of the product in the country, do you remember that some people came on the radio and said Amos Twe were trying to take private businesses out of, private people out of business? They were doing this or doing that.
I can't remember.
At the LPRC, there were private businesses that came on your show and they were saying, oh, the LPRC want to take out a business, but that is leadership. That's being far-sighted. Today, with all the crises that we experience or that we are experiencing, I think we didn't experience any petroleum shortage in the country. It was available and everything. So, sometimes when the government decide to do something, there are people who are jack of all trades. They know everything. They come and criticize everything the government does. But in the end, once it works out for the good of the country, we appreciate it. I like the way you put it this morning.
Just how you people do in government, your jack of all trade, you promote everything that the government will do, even if it is bad. But minister, are the same thing. Everybody that jack of all trade, some of the things that you can say too, you can know that you can know the fact. You can know the fact. But because you're jack of all trade, you can put it all up. You call all up jack of all trade.
Your characterization is unacceptable, Clarence. What I said
no,
this morning.
But what did I say that is bad? You say other people are jack of all trade. I say the same way you do your jack of all trade. Everything the government do, you promote. But what kind of
you added money. Yeah, you added money. You say you can't remember people criticizing LPRC.
No, okay. So Daniel, so you want to rescind your characterization of the other people are jack of all trade too?
I'm saying if the government, see when the government is proceeding with
the
court
case,
there are people. I'm coming. There are people who believe that, but now, in fact, the court already sentenced those who brought the drug into the country.
Okay, Mr. Minister.
The government handling of this situation is not in a way that people go to court and walk away free like it happened in the past.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you. You call people jack of all trade. I use the same jack of all trade on you, then you say it's unacceptable. Oh, and are you brought your word? Yeah, I swear. Let's go straight to our guests. I wanted to read a Cummings stuff, but we gotta take our guests on time. So we'll do that. I will read Mr. Cummings' message to the nation. I'll read at 9 o'clock before we take our 9 o'clock gag. I will take it. I will read that message. So we'll go across the table and we do self-introduction. The guests. We'll begin with you here, ma'am. Your name?
Oh, my name is Councillor Sonaway. EN
Amigashi. I'm from Eiffel.
Okay. Yep. You?
Good morning. My name is Agishi Comfort Besa. I work as program manager with Quina to Quina.
Oh, Queen to Queen. Okay, let's hear you too.
Good morning.
Make yourself comfortable with the mic. You can always associate whatever you want to do. Yeah.
All right. Good morning. My name is Sweetie Sanoko, and I'm the project officer at the Female Journalist Association of Liberia.
Okay.
Good morning. I'm Theodulus Q. Freeman, the acting executive director of the Alliance for Peace, Justice, and Human Rights.
Okay. Thanks to all of you for coming. How's Fija?
Fija is okay.
You say okay, what do you mean? Everything all right over there?
We are working towards being there, but we are getting there.
Okay. So this morning we are about to talk about this. Is it what? Peace Green?
Peace Jan.
Peace Jan.
Yeah.
Okay. Peace Jan. You know. I wanted yourself to call it. Okay, so what is this project? What does it seek to do? I know your individual institutions have different roles to play. We'll talk about that. Yeah. But generally, what does this project seek to do? Who's sponsoring it? What is it?
Okay. So, Peace Gen Liberia, the Generation for Peace project, is an EU-funded project, also co-funded by the Embassy of Ireland. And this project is a 3-year initiative that is working in 5 counties in Liberia, Bomi, Bong, Nema, Monserrado, and Sino. And this project is working to promote peace building and women and youth empowerment when it comes to peace, justice, and human rights. So we are working specifically across 3 thematic areas. We are working with the youth, peace, security, transitional justice, and memorialization. This is a project that has come in a time where in our country history we are trying to move towards important milestone, especially around the establishment of the War and Economic Crime Courts and all of that. So we are working at the community level to empower young people and women who are mostly left out to become agents of change, to drive this transformative improvement and change in our nation. So most of the times, young people and women are left out, and they have important voices, and their ideas and experiences as well in this context is really important and should not be overlooked. So this project is going to work at the community level with all of these different target groups to make sure that their voices are heard.
Somebody else want to buttress before we be specific about your individual institutional roles? Yeah. Just generally about the project.
I would say it's a project that promotes peace. It's a peace building project that promotes peace building, reconciliation in Liberia.
Okay. So let's look at FIJA's specific role in the project. What role is FIJA going to play in this whole Peace Jam project?
So basically, FIJA leads the media component of the Peace Jam project, but then on the media, FIJA will do awareness, and particularly FIJA will facilitate creative workshops and contests that will be helping youth to express their perspective using art, using music. So these are tools that the project seek to use for youth to be able to express themselves when it comes to peace building, reconciliation, amongst others. FIJA also document intergenerational activity. Most of the partners, because it's a partner team, so some partners will be having peace hut sections, some partner will be having dialogue, peaceful dialogues. So FIJA is going to document these activities, and they are going to use the media to be able to spread peace building, the dialogue that are going to be have in the various communities. FIJA is going to use the media to be able to document these activities. So on the documentation, FIJA will also profile transitional justice leaders as well as the communities that have worked towards peace. So, for example, if this community have improved their peace building activities, FIJA is going to profile those communities so that people can be able to know that, okay, this community is striving to do this amidst all of the violence within the country. FIJA also, one of the key interventions FIJA has is to map the media houses in targeted counties, and to also train national radio and community radio station on how to report on transitional justice, especially when it comes to conflict sensitive, gender inclusion, and you name it. So FIJA is going to be training journalists to build our capacity so that they can be able to report on conflict sensitive issue and as it relates to peace building. So basically, those are the particular area FIJA will be intervening within the peace.
Okay, so you work with journalists across the country?
Yes, across targeted
counties. And what are the counties?
We have Montserrado, we have Bombing, we have Bonkante, we have Nima, and we have Sino.
So 5 counties?
Yes, 5 counties.
Okay,
These are the 5 counties that
you work with journalists in?
Yes.
Okay, so let's hear you too. What specific role will your institution play and how it helped the project?
So basically on the project we're going to sessions, and then they are also going to be telling us what have led to conflict within their communities. We all know about the Liberian Civil War. We know that people having getting over the trauma as well. So they're going to be addressing those things to work collectively together to bring solutions.
Okay,
yeah,
that's good. Come for Queen to Queen. I'm told you're going to play an overall coordination role as far as project implementation is concerned, and it's going to be your responsibility to coordinate report to donor.
Exactly.
How would that be done?
Yeah, so this is a beautiful consortium of 6 women rights programming institutions. So Quina to Quina is, as you said, the lead. However, we are working in partnership with Wongoso. Wongoso is the co-lead as well in this consortium. So Quina to Quina, as you rightly said, is responsible to coordinate with all of the other 5 partners, including Wongoso. And when it comes to the implementation of the day-to-day activities in the various communities, all of our partners have the various technical capacity to be able to roll out. Meanwhile, we will be giving all of the support when it comes to coordination, when it comes to supporting partners with the technical capacity as well that they need for capacity strengthening, for institutional capacity strengthening, and also the financial responsibility ties between like the partners to Quina to Quina and then to the European Union. So Quina to Quina has that overarching responsibility. But also when it comes to the toolkit development that we will be using in the entire project, it is the responsibility of Quina to Quina to make sure that the toolkit is developed, all partners are trained, and then we are able to cascade the information in the communities.
AFL is supposed to be responsible for technical expertise, especially as far as legal framework is concerned. Council,
exactly.
You want to expand on that?
Yeah, we'll be providing the legal aspect on the project.
Okay.
We will, especially on legal framework, and we'll generate advocacy recommendation to high level duty bearers, maybe like the government and other and like the NGOs and donors and other people. And then we will not only do that, we will ensure that women's rights and so far our perspective remain central to the transitional justice process that is going on in Liberia.
Okay. Every time we talk about peace, for me, one thing I always focus on is inclusion. Sometimes when people feel left out, they think nothing was done. You know, what impact do we expect from this project What impact? What's going to change? How our community, the places you're going to be working in the different counties, what do you think? Queen to Queen. Let me hear that from you.
Mm-hmm. So, as you rightly said, inclusion is key, right? And for this project, we are strong on making sure that there's a sense of ownership in the various communities that the project is going to be working, in fact, in Liberia as a whole. So we believe that with the inclusion of women, young people, and in the entire community that we worked, we want to see stronger trust being built. We want to see greater inclusion of young people in decision-making spaces at the national level, at the county level, at all levels, especially when it comes to peace and justice and human rights. And we want that awareness, improved awareness of our history. So, there's a lot of generations since our crisis here in Liberia. So most young people don't have that knowledge. They are not informed on some of the trauma or the bad experiences that we had in the past. Most people were born after the war, and now they are young and they are moving forward with all that information. So we want that impact where they have that improved sense of awareness of our history. So the project, as Sweetie from Fija said, that we're going to be doing a lot of documentary. So we're going to be sharing, because one way that young people will understand is how you document stories and how you share it, so that they understand, like, this is what we have been through, this is where we want to go, never looking back again, right? So we want that improvement where we see peace as a journey towards the future and not going back to our past or dark history. We want greater inclusion of women, as I said, and young people in the different spaces, and that trust and understanding should be built at the community level. So some of the challenges, I would say, that exist today in the different spaces has to do with trust. And again, before trust can be built, people have to know the truth.
Exactly.
So we have to travel down that path of revealing our truth, building that trust, that relationship, and revitalizing everything again. So this project is a community project, and we want to work at that level to make sure that our society is completely healed.
Let's hear Fija's perspective about impact. What do we hope to change?
So we hope to have...
You want to pull the mark over to you?
Yeah.
Sweetie,
Yeah. So we hope to have an umbrella of journalists who can be able to reach in the communities, and when they are reporting, the report they will be giving will be conflict sensitive, it will be gender responsive, and that will be done through our capacity training. So once we have trained these people, we hope that the reporting that they will be doing will capture most of the information that are not captured right now. They should focus on how we can resolve conflicts, that is conflict sensitivity, gender inclusion, like Comfort rightly said, and also intergenerational conversations that will be held within these various spaces. We also want to have youth perspective on the entire peace building project, because youth are major people who can be able to push the peace building wherever we want it. So our intervention with the youth on a creative workshop will be able to get that perspective, how they see peace building, how they can mediate conflict, and how we can move forward to have a peaceful Liberia, since our peace have been fragile for so long.
Yeah, let's hear you, especially you into peace building.
When it comes, as she said, when it comes to young people, we can't leave young people out, because Liberia, 60% of our population, they are made up of young people. And then young people have the energy, they have the power, they have the creativity to influence positive change. So when young people are empowered, when they are involved, they bring about peace. We are not only beneficiaries in empowerment and peace building, we are also key contributing factors in building and sustaining peace. So we cannot be left out. So like in the past history, when young people were left out, they were in power, they didn't know what they were doing. Most of them were prone to get involved with violence and extremism. But when they are involved, they lead and then they contribute towards positive change through dialogues, through reconciliation and all of that. So young people, we are like the key actors when it comes to peace building and sustaining it. So we cannot be left out.
Okay, so we're talking about the Peace Jam project, and I think let me just read a little bit about the project. I know they've said everything, but just in case those of you who are listening, let's talk a little bit about the project. The Generation for Peace project is a project that seeks to strengthen peace, reconciliation, and transitional justice efforts in Liberia. Peace Jam works to ensure that women, youth survivors, and communities have meaningful opportunities to participate in conversations that promote healing, accountability, justice, and lasting peace. And I think it's coming just about the time we're talking about war, economic crimes in the country. The other day we heard the Office of War Crime co-presented the draft bill to the president. It's before the legislature now. So all these peace efforts and these initiatives in the different communities are going to help. Now, for example, some of the communities, maybe with the exception of Montserrado, and we're just talking about inclusion. What are you going to do beyond young people? Because I know when you go in these communities, your target people are not going to be young people alone. What would each of you, your institutions, do to ensure that the message can get down to the ordinary person, that old man way down there selling for beta ball, who doesn't even understand what English is, but you want us to have an appreciation of the Peace Jam project?
Yeah, so part of that ties to feature intervention. Feature is the media partner on this project. And so you will understand that through our interventions, we will also have jingles that will be aired in different vernaculars for people to understand what the project is about, how we are going to work toward peace building, conflict, reconciliation, and transitional justice. So we are going to use the media to reach places that we cannot reach individually or in person. For example, we are not just using the old or the new media. Currently, we have social media, we have different aspects that we can be able to reach that people. So FIJA is going to make use of the media and all of the other media platforms that each partner has to be able to reach those people where we cannot reach, as an institution in person. So we will use the print, we will use the radio station, because you understand that the radio is one of the trusted means of communication in Liberia. So if the old man in Bonkante listening to the radio station and they tell her something about peace, she know definitely that that particular information is legit. So we are going to use the media in order to reach those people that we cannot reach physically.
And
Quina.
And just to add to what Sweetie was just saying, we have dialogues like you already learned about. So in the communities, we're going to use the different dialogue session to be able to get everyone's view and get
what
them a
style
part
are you?
of the
It's a
project.
Palawa hall kind of stuff? Or?
Yeah, town hall.
Town hall, and Ifel will speak to that as well. So we going to use the town hall like different means. Also, that's for the older generation, right? But we have forums with young people as well, and we're going to be having annually. And we're not going to be working in isolation. All of peace chain interventions going to be done in collaboration with national stakeholders. So we have close collaboration with OWEC, as you mentioned. OWEC Liberia, we're working closely with the office. We were also working closely with the Liberia Youth Peace Security Coalition office as well. And all of the ministries and government agencies that have work to do in this sector. So this forum is just our introduction. It's us coming out to tell the public that yes, EU has this project being funded in Liberia. We are the partners, and get ready for more interaction from us on the radio, through different medium as we were listing here, and etc. But the intergenerational exchanges is going to be really interesting, because that's where we want to bring the old generation, the young generation together to learn and bond.
And we will not just just be there like the usual thing, going to have workshops and things will make it practical. We have Peace Hut and other interactive forum where we will tell people about their rights. We will tell them about the legal rights, the human rights, because most time people get involved into crime and other social ills because they don't know their rights and they don't know their responsibility. And we were in the Peace Hut and other community engagement, everybody will get involved, and we will not just be providing the legal expertise only to reach high level tutor bearers. We will make it practical by telling them about the rights, raising awareness about the rights, and even providing legal aid in those areas. Because let's say we'll go to places like Bomi. If we went to Bomi, each group would do their part, and when our part come, we will do the legal part of it, and we'll even bring about legal aid, because sometimes people can have legal problems, and because they don't have money to go to court, they just leave it within, and we'll tell them that they have a right and that we can help them, and we would help them through legal aid and different aspects of the law.
Okay.
Yeah, to add up, I think I mentioned regional peace dialogue. Yeah, so I think 2025 we had this dialogue. Yeah, this was around transitional justice. To answer the question how women who are not like let's just say women who aren't educated, women that are down there at the rural level, how are they going to come in contact with some of these things? Through the dialogues we had dialogues what we call women who were victims of the Civil War, and then they came out, they voiced out their concerns. So through survivors, victims and survivors, they came and told us their concerns. Some of them are still deeply hurt, but then through those dialogues, they were able to somehow seek trust when it comes to NGOs working with them, or our NGOs, including the World Economic Crown Court Office were there, and then other international NGOs were there. So they were able to somehow seek redress around all of those things that happened to them during the Civil War. So these are some of the means we're going to be using to reach out to those people who can use the social media, some of them who don't even have access to listen to radio and all of that.
Okay, can we move to the telephone lines now and begin to get calls? Let's hear from the public. We're talking about Peace Jam project that will be implemented by different institutions. All of them together will be doing different things, but at the end of the day, they will be working in peace, transitional justice, and all those things. 0777 700 9950 555 995 995. If you're listening, you can call and ask your questions. They're going to be working in 5 counties. 5 of the 15 counties, working with different communities, holding town hall meetings, a dialogue, and, FIJA is going to be responsible for the media component, do jingles in dialects, in English, explaining about the project and those things. So let's hear from you on 0777 009 and 5. Let's get this call going through. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning to people, Clarence Jackson. Good morning to the well listener of Liberia.
Yeah.
Good morning to my own self, Mama Migzela Medina, Communica Colonial Cry, to be precise, the minister. I'm Samuel J.T. Collins.
No, but my man, minister, don't minister here.
Samuel J.T. Collins, the national first and voter chairpersons of the ever-potent United Party, to be precise, electoral district number 9. Let me commend our studio guest for that project that is yet to come, and we hope that that project benefits the young people of Liberia and to our country. So we want to say bravo, and we await that project, and we anticipate that that project will give guardians and job creation to the young people of Liberia.
Are you really following this thing, brother? There are different stations you're listening to. Hello?
Yeah, Clarence, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Chief Edwin GV, Canada Public News at Chigbini, calling from the Chigbini Avenue and Yohane Chigbini Farm.
Let's hear you.
I want to appreciate your studio guest, and I want to say thank you. I am the National Vice Chair for Recruitment and Mobilization of the Community Watch Forum, which was a community policing forum that helped on meals to bring the peace to this nation and stay maintaining the peace with watch teams and other things in various communities for the Ebola and the coronavirus with the various communities, the voluntary group. I hope that this group that we try to keep on this good work of maintaining our peace will work along with the Community Watch Forum. And I hope, I'm asking if they are ever met or hear about the Community Watch Forum, who is in the 15 country, a voluntary group that is working with all sectors, who is the ears and the eyes of national security, and also all other, civil society organizations to maintain our peace in this country and make sure that, things work out.
Thank you, my friend. Let's hear you. Good morning.
Hello.
You don't have to lower it. Just cut it off.
Yeah, I'm on my working bus. That's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let's hear the radio from the bus.
Let's hear you, man.
Okay, so I'm Wilfred G1. I listen to all the concern. I'm on the bus going to work EPS. So I listen to the deliberation, but one major concern that I have, the entire project did not speak to issues that are concerning persons with disabilities. And if you follow the 14-year civil conflict in our country, the outcome of that 14-year civil conflict, Clarence, increased the numbers of persons living with disability in our country to a greater extent. I listened to you last week when you were in the streets, meaning as my mama interviewing persons with disability who are in the street and begging. So if such a project comes about and it is not addressing issues that affect persons with disabilities or involve persons with disabilities who are the most victim and who are the most victimized persons when it comes to our civil conflict, then the project it creates a doubt. So I wanted to speak directly to tell the public whether persons with disability are considered in this project or it's just a project that we just speak about peace and all the things.
Okay. Thank you. We've heard you. Hello.
Yes. Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, sir.
Here M. Grace, my name. I joined the conversation from Renison, member of the United Party Intellectual Bureau.
Yeah, Henry. Hello, Henry. How are you? Henry, are you there?
Pardon me?
Yeah, go ahead. You're okay now.
Yeah. So my question today is, within the another 3 years of the project lifespan, will there be only targeting those 5 counties in which the name? Clarence, in conclusion, in my question will be the academic comments. I most often feel jealous. I'm a Kid Martinez. I hear from Kid now. Even including you, Clarence, I have problem with you. Why you not taking some of the show to the working belt? You get
Can you facilitate, Bossman, 1 minute? I'm prepared to go there tomorrow. Can you facilitate the show, bows on gas, bows, trash car, and things? We can go there.
All of those things need to be. We need to talk on some of those things beyond the camera. But however,
no. I'm putting you on the spot. I won't go Kidman to Bossman, Chief. Wait. You not ask a question to answer. I won't go Kidman tomorrow. Just come and provide some gas and things to go to Kidman. Who can go?
All the time after the show we talk. I will call you your personal number. Don't worry. I will call your personal number.
I already worry because of your response. But thank you. The people will respond. 0777 70099 and 50555995 0555026995 is a WhatsApp number. They are writing. They will address your concerns. Let me take 2 more calls and then we can go back to them. 0777 700-995. Good morning.
Good morning, Clarence.
Yeah.
This is Elvis Kiatama, and I call you from my office this morning. Member of the Legal Electoral Bureau Unity Party.
Okay, Kiatama, let's hear you.
I want to take this time to appreciate your studio guests for bringing such a program. I think this is the best way, and then they are engaging the young people. The peace is the hallmark of every nation. I just want to commend it this morning that they should involve every other young people into it so that we can be a peaceful nation. Thank you ever so much this morning.
Okay, let's go back around the table so that they will respond to some of the issues you raised. I don't know who's going to start, but it's yours. Yep.
I heard him talking about the men that talk about the people with disability. For our work, we would ensure, because we will be providing the legal aspect to it, we'll make sure their voices, their experiences, and their rights are included in the peace building process. Not only will do it social advocacy, legal awareness, and inclusive dialogue. We are not just going and just bringing other people who are not PWD will include with our project is inclusive. We talk about inclusion in our project. We are not just taking people that don't have disability. So for IFL, we will promote that particular inclusion through equal access to justice, address discrimination and exclusion, and will provide the opportunity for people with disability to participate meaningfully in decision making through our advocacy to high level duty bearers.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah. So since you are talking about, you started with the person with disability question, I will just add to that as well. There is no way that we will call this project a project that is inclusive, that is looking at working with marginalized population, talking about youth, women, and the like, and then we say we are not going to work with person with disabilities. No. I think most time people just love for you to mention maybe the terminology first, so then they know that it's inclusive. But just to assure the caller that we are working with person with disability across all gender, whether youth, whether women, whether men, we are going to be working with person with disability. In fact, to be intentional about that, the project included as part of its indicator to make sure that we are reaching out to persons with disabilities and they are not left out. So like all of the activities we talk about that this project is going to be working across, we're going to be very intentional that persons with disabilities are included. They are not going to be excluded. Otherwise, we wouldn't call it an inclusive project. Just want to go to the first point. So the first person, I think it was more of a comment, and he was saying like he's hearing about the project. The project is coming. So to that point, I just wanted to add that the project is here. It's not coming. We are even launching this project tomorrow. So this project is being, this is just like the first step to allow the public to hear about the project. And tomorrow we're going to officially launch the project. Like we said before, it's a project that is funded by the European Union and co-funded by the Embassy of Ireland, right? And we are all, the 6 partners that we listed from the beginning, are all partners that are working in this consortium together. We have tomorrow the launch event happening at the Cape Hotel where we invited, I know maybe some institutions may not have been invited, sorry. Doesn't mean that we will not reach out to you. Most of the time when you are starting, it takes time and effort, right? But trust us, I heard Community Watch Forum, you are in the 15 counties and that's what we need. And our partners and ourselves, we definitely will be in touch with you. So we're going to be able to reach out to a lot of other stakeholders, even beyond the project launch. So tomorrow we're having the launch at the Cape Hotel few hours from in the morning to 1, and then we're going to have a lot of other activities, more radio talk show, more visibility for the project, and you're going to learn more about the work we are doing. And then we will be happy to receive more feedback as we go ahead with implementation. Someone also asked about the counties, why only 5 counties. So this is a funded project, right? This is a sponsored project. So the funding sometimes may not be sufficient, right? So there has to be priorities, and that's why the 5 counties were selected. Mind you, the 5 counties also has they had to be selected based on some criteria. So if you look at Nima is the county where the crisis started, right? So it has a history, and then the other counties too has experienced a lot of massacres, etc., and a lot of atrocity in our nation. So based on that, I'm not saying that other counties are not, but like I say, it has to do with prioritization and where the funding can be able to reach. So with more funding, this is a starting. With more funding, we'll be able to reach a lot of other counties. Meanwhile, we will make it our duty to make the information available across Liberia. That's why we are using the media.
Okay.
I think that's...
It's exhausted. So I'm just thinking, do you work with, I mean, how is the government in any way part of supporting what you're going to be doing? There's a peace building office, there is a ministry of local government. I'm asking because you go in counties. I'm just thinking, are you in any way, do you work, are you going to be working with any government institution in any way?
Yes. All of the government institutions that are key players in this sector that we are working, like you said, the Peace Building Office, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the Ministry of Gender, the even the UN bodies, so the UN Peace Building Office, and then synergies with other projects that are already existing in country.
Okay.
So we have, for example, even the World Bank project, the Liberia Women Empowerment Project. We have the UN Peace Building Project, the Spotlight Initiative. We have a lot of other projects that we have already earmarked under this project that we have to collaborate efforts, because it's not a one institution or one consortium thing. We have to bring our efforts together in order for us to all reach the goal at the end of the day. So we have that already laid out, and we are engaging them, and we still have more detailed engagement to do with more of them, a lot of institutions.
Okay. Anybody want to support any of the things she talked about? Can we hear from anybody else? Any of the caller did direct any question to your institution?
No, it was just general.
Okay, so let's see what I can take. Let's see what I can take. One more or two more calls. 0777 700-995 0555 995 9995. Is there's no call, then let's go to you. Let's get your parting comment. Just generally talk about the program, and we can get your parting comment.
Come again. The program?
Yeah.
Oh, my parting comment. Okay. So I just want to say that the future of Liberia, it depends on we the young people of today. And then when we are equipped with the right skills and opportunities and platform, we can become champions and change makers of peace in Liberia. Because peace is everyone's responsibility. Not old man, not young child, not big brother, but everybody. Saying we the young people, we plenty in Liberia that we the ones supposed to be the lead in leading peace and building and maintaining peace in Liberia. Because through the young people now will pass it to the next generation. So the old people can pass it on to all. Now we will pass it on to the next generation. So young people around who listen to me, we are the key actors. So we should all work collectively towards peace in Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here. So I like to say this: peace is everybody's business. Peace is something that we cannot live without. And any attempt to do so, we will have disruption. So this particular project is key. It's key for the development of Liberia, because one piece is absent, we won't have any development. So one of the ways we'll be doing that is using the media, like I rightly said. So we are happy to be part of this project, and we are committed to using the media whatever way we can to preach freedom, to preach peace, that is, so that people can know how to mitigate certain conflicts to have a peaceful Liberia. Thank you very much for having me.
Let's hear from Fija. Eiffel, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to say that sustainable peace can be attained when everyone has support. Okay. And so this project will do everything possible to build peace, and especially among women and children and young people. Most time when projects come to places, they just look at other gender and other people. So this one will be mainly women and children. You know, during the war, a lot of women were victims and youth were victims in so many ways. So we are saying that justice and accountability will prevent future conflict. So we'll make it our business to include everybody, to give everybody a voice.
Okay. Queen finally.
Yeah. So they have said everything, right? So I will just add that this project, as the name rightly states, Generation for Peace. So we are really going all out to work with young people, to lead the change and to lead the peace efforts that we want to see in our nation. And we are so looking forward to that intergenerational experience. We want to see how our older generation can hold the hands of our younger generation so that we are all able to build that peaceful society that we want in Liberia. We are so excited to reach out into the communities and start our work, and definitely work with all of the stakeholders, community-based organizations that are there, so we all can collaborate with this agenda. Thank you.
So the moment you launch tomorrow, it gets started?
It gets started.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'd like to say thanks to all of you for coming. We look forward to working with you through Fija in whatever way possible so we make the project a success. We're taking a break. We are coming back shortly. Maxwell Grisby is the head of Liberia's Witness Protection Agency. He will be here. Until that time, let's take a song. Out very heavily. We're still here trusting we can get Maxwell Grace. The ring is my word. This is the OK Morning Rush, Monday, 22nd June. I'm told Maxwell Grisby will be here in about 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes time. wishing the Comrade Julius De Contige speedy recovery. It's not feeling too well. Okay, so we'll pause the music and we'll read Alexander Benedict Cummings' communication to the nation. Cummings issued a statement while we are awaiting Maxwell Grace Pay. I'm sure we can do this now. The political leader of the Alternative National Congress, Mr. Alexander Cummings, said, fellow Liberians, on June 8, 2026, narcotics worth nearly US 19 million were reportedly seized at the Rabat International Airport. This is not just a criminal matter, it is a direct threat to our national security, the integrity of our governance institutions, and the very foundation of our socio-economic future. Around the world, drug trafficking has destabilized nations, corrupted public institutions, fueled violence, destroyed communities, and crippled economic progress. Liberia must never be allowed to walk that dangerous path. We have endured too much suffering in our history to permit criminal cartels and transnational drug syndicates to infiltrate our institutions. At home, drug trafficking endangers our youth, families, and communities. Abroad, it risks eroding investor confidence and damaging Liberia's reputation among allies at a time when we desperately need trusts, investment, and cooperation to grow our economy and create opportunities for our people. Mr. Alexander Cummings said, even more alarming than the seizure itself are allegations of possible collusion involving individuals within our close to the corridors of power, including elements of our security and investigative agencies. While allegations are not evidence and every citizen is entitled to due process, the gravity of these claims demands full transparency, professional investigation, and public accountability. We are watching this process with an eagle's eye. Any attempt by hidden hands, powerful interests, or political actors to obstruct or compromise the investigation will be treated as a direct assault on the rule of law, the progress of our country, and the Liberian people's trusts in government. We therefore call for the following full actions or urgent actions. 1. Establish an independent, credible, and transparent investigation involving national institutions, supported where necessary by trusted international partners. 2. Public disclosure of the fundings to the Liberian people, including the identities of all implicated individuals, regardless of status, position, or political affiliation. 3. Swift prosecution of anyone found culpable to face justice without fear, favor, political interference, selective application of the law. 5. Urgently reinforce airport security, border surveillance, and anti-corruption safeguards across all law enforcement and security agencies. Fellow Liberians, the future of our nation is too precious to be compromised by criminal enterprise, corruption, or political protection. Alexander Cummings says, may God bless Liberia and guide us toward truth, justice, and national renewal. But let me go back to his recommendations again. Cummings is calling for the establishment of an independent, credible, and transparent investigation involving national institutions, supported where necessary by trusted international partners. Cummings is also calling for public disclosure of the fundings to the Liberian people, including the identities of all implicated individuals, regardless of their status, position, or political affiliation, like we said this morning. Cummings is also calling for swift prosecution of anyone found culpable to face justice without fear, favor, political interference, selective application of the law. And lastly, Mr. Cummings is calling for an urgent reinforcement of airport security. He wants the border surveillance intact and anti-corruption safeguards across all law enforcement and security agencies. In other words, Mr. Alexander Cummings is saying, in the midst of all the speculations and rumors and everything we are hearing that people in the government are involved, blah, 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 if the Liberian government want us to trust the investigation, they should establish an independent investigation using state institutions, but at the same time, where necessary, if it is necessary, they should include some of our international partners. Like during the George Weah regime, when it was reported that 16 billion was missing in the country, President George Weah said, if my government alone investigate this thing, people will not trust it. So what did he do? He asked the U.S. government to collaborate with the government. And I can remember, I am sure the U.S. government paid Crow. You know, the Crow was an institution that did the investigation and they released the report. And I think the U.S. government paid up to $500,000 to do that. So Cummings is saying at some point, if we have to get some of our trusted international partners involved in anything to help us, let's get them involved. Cummings is also saying, government should not hide this thing. Any information the public deserves the right to know. That's what Cummings is also saying. Okay, we're still expecting Master Grisby. If he's here, fine. He said he would have been here in 5 minutes. We hope we can get him. If we can't get him, we'll take a few songs. You know the ring is so heavy, man. The ring is so heavy today. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next couple of hours. If it subsides, that would be good. Let's take another song from Princess Fatou Gavler. I'm a Liberian man. That Liberian music I know, so that is music I like to play. Okay, Maxwell is already here. We'll take him very shortly. The head of the Witness Protection Agency. His institution is supposed to play a key role in these investigations. Let's see how it works. Let Kumi say that eagle eye. Everybody give it eagle eye to the whole investigation here. We want to know, want to see what the government will do. Like I said last week, we shouldn't treat it slow-my bullet way, because the slow-my bullet thing and nobody talking, it's becoming normal now. I know that I'll play down like Guinea now. But Mr. Grisby, I'd like to say good morning. Thanks for joining us. You've never come late before since I've been inviting you. I'm sure because of rain or what. But your office is a soon throw from here.
Rain cannot be an excuse. So, yeah. Of course, we do have a cooperating witness with us. I've been in town since 6 a.m. The witness, along with his lawyers, are scheduled to be at our office this morning. And then we are to present the witness to the police station where he will be making cooperating statements. Of course, it's public knowledge that Mr. Paul King is in Liberia. This is work done squarely by the Ministry of Justice. The Honorable Minister provided us the approval and authorization to engage with Mr. King and guarantee his protection, which we did formally. We facilitated all of the process from his entry into the country up to his stay, and everything that he would even eat and drink would be on the government of Liberia. We take this case so seriously so that we give it every bit of our energy and time. We are also making similar effort to get Mr. Oscar Brown back. We are sending out correspondence as well to let him know that the government intends to provide him all the protection. He said on the radio he does not feel safe in Liberia. The days of using matters such as these to say, oh, I'm safe. The government has become so mature and responsible. I'm not talking about Unity Party government. I'm saying Liberia government. Yeah. We've transitioned from that stage of where people can just make a session and then we all accept it because we say we let the government or we let the government. Where Liberia is now, we are amongst 3 countries on the African continent that have established an agency to protect individuals who want to cooperate with the justice system. We put budget, we appointed people. The security is committed. Clarence. So nobody will use the excuse are not safe. If you want 15 security officers, you want to lay down in the best places here in Liberia, we'll provide for you.
You think so?
And I'm saying that. At the end of this case, some of the people who are going through the witness protection program, talk to them, they will tell you. Because we are not going to accept excuse. The president said no one should be left out. And if we give you this opportunity, you don't come voluntarily, then we'll use other means to make sure you come involuntarily. Then you'll be arrested. Mr. King entered Liberia. He was never arrested. The government of Liberia transported him from the airport to his sleeping place. Everything about him is the government responsibility. We have some of the best security people providing him 24/7 security and VIP protection to cooperate with the investigation. Until it is established whether he's a suspect or he can be a potential witness, then we'll take the other step. But for now, we see him as a cooperating person. We don't know whether he will become a suspect or whether he will remain a witness, but the investigation will say that. But
now,
while in that process, our responsibility is to make sure we support him. So that effort is happening now. He's at our office along with top members of the national security under the instruction of the Minister of Justice. The minister has more than 30 years experience in this field. His passion is human rights. He believes all accused persons are presumed innocent until we as a government can prove their guilt. So we treat them as such.
Now, how is Mr. Oscar Brown a whistleblower, for example?
No, we have not said he's a whistleblower.
Why do you want him protected? Because he's supposed to be protecting people who are, quote-unquote, whistleblower in these kinds of matters. Why do you want extra privilege for Mr. Oscar Brown?
So we do not only protect whistleblower, we also protect witnesses. And the law says we should protect any person who have relevant and material information that will lead to a criminal prosecution. So if we have a criminal case like this one, and we believe you have relevant and material information for which you think your safety is jeopardized, that is a key point. Mr. Oscar Brown has said publicly he does not feel safe. We do believe he has relevant and material information. He has been declared a person of interest.
What do you say?
Let me lay on this point. Mm-hmm. It is our responsibility when any Liberian who has role to play in the criminal investigation does not feel safe, it is our responsibility to guarantee the safety by the highest approval under our security system. And we do that formally. Each person we admit into this program, we sign a formal contract. The rights. So this morning, Mr. Paul King is at the office. Now, we are working with him as a cooperating person. We believe Mr. Paul King has relevant and material information to determine the outcome of this case. He is not a witness yet. He's a person of interest. He's a cooperating person. We believe his testimony will be relevant and material. And because he expressed safety concern, he wrote us that I do not feel safe. I want the government to guarantee my protection. The Minister of Justice instructed us. We formally communicated with him. he shared his correspondence with some friendly embassies as well, so they know of all of his movement. But this is the work of the government. When the government transition from the brute and jungle justice to a responsible institution, whether we support that government, now we must be able to acknowledge that.
Now, what do you say to all Liberians? For example, Mr. Oscar Brown, we are told he was a security, or he is a security coordinator at the port, at the airport. On he watched, we are told he was in country when the thing arrived at the port. He did some, they were all there, they knew about it, they were part of it. He goes to China to go training, alarm blows, and he said he's alive. Why should we be treating him the way we want to treat him instead of the state even working with international partners to get him arrested and get him here? Why do we want to treat him like, okay, he got some substantial information, so we need him, we'll protect him, everything, because he said he's not safe, we'll protect him. But he did not blow any alarm until the thing came up.
So it's not about blowing alarm. I just said to you, we have witnesses and whistleblowers. Whistleblowers are people who make disclosures. That whistleblower, we're supposed to protect them. We committed under the United Nations Convention Against Corruption to protect reporting people who we call whistleblower. We also committed to protecting witnesses and victims, Article 33 of the United Nations Convention Against Corruption. So a witness is a person who intend to testify, will testify, or at some point in time, will provide testimony that is relevant and material to determining the outcome of a criminal investigation. Any person with relevant and material information that is determinative of the matter being adjudicated is a witness. And that person, when they feel threatened, the program is intended to cover them, especially so when their testimony will help, prosecute the case. But in this case, don't forget that under our criminal jurisprudence, even a person who participated in an act, and the government has the right, when that person testimony will be so determinative of the case and that person is willing to cooperate, the government can drop charges and use their state witness.
I know that.
It's not strange. So why are you asking me? Well, we are talking to all of them. And we're not restricting it to just saying, okay, we'll give you Kenny, we'll give you Toffee. No, all options are on the table. We are offering the option of Toffee and Kenny, but at the same time, we're using other means which I will not disclose on this radio.
Have you reached out to the
to ensure that those who will not voluntarily want to come, they will involuntarily be brought to light.
What's about Emmanuel Zion? They must talk about Emmanuel Zion.
So this is an active investigation. My role from a witness protection standpoint is to tell you what the government has instructed me to do. The Minister of Justice has said we should reach out to all persons of interest, communicate with them that the state intends to work with them once they are willing to cooperate, so that we facilitate their cooperation to the extent that even those who may not have legal counsel at this stage, the Witness Protection Agency has agreed in a formal contract to provide them legal assistance to facilitate this process. Where they graduate from person of interest to suspect, that protection terminates. In the event that they become suspect, but because of their cooperation, we believe they can assist the government in prosecuting the case, there's a potential and possibility for some of them becoming state witness. This is nothing new. It's part of the criminal justice system. And we should applaud these efforts.
Initially, well, that is not you to say.
But it is a reality we all can say.
Initially, the DA announced that 6 persons were being arrested and were in its custody. Have we managed to get any of them to be persons of interest, or is the Witness Protection Agency providing protection for any of them like you're doing with King?
This is an active investigation. 10 persons were listed as persons of interest. Our role is to make sure we support the active investigation that is happening. Details about the investigation are not for us to discuss. We can tell you, because the public has been concerned, why is it that people are allowed, what the government is doing. We have a responsibility to tell you what the government is doing to ensure those who are at large, who have not been able to be brought under the jurisdiction of our system, we want to tell you what we're doing to bring them. That's the essence of our work. In terms of what role the DA and the investigator, the joint national team will come and make public disclosure. There's a presidential directive. It's no child play. The government does not take this case any lightly. It's a very serious case that have impact on the economics of the country and the reputation of the state. So the truth is no person will be left out. Some of the people who are displaying and providing information to the public, we support all this information you're providing, but if you have relevant information, like the other people who call them persons of interest, communicate with us. Whether you're in Europe, you're in America, or wherever you are, Liberia now has something in place. If you feel that you will not be protected, we are prepared as a government to collaborate with you, sign contract with you to ensure that you cooperate with the investor. We'll facilitate everything about your stay in Liberia, your security in Liberia, so you provide that testimony. This is an invitation to all Liberians. The thing about we not say, we talk, you can't say it anymore.
Will the agency, as you move on, continue to tell us next step?
Of course.
So you don't have people of, interest, and you don't say witness protection, and it just perpetual. We're not hearing anything again. So then every time you say the Joint Security will speak on it,
We work closely. We work in collaboration with the Ministry of Justice. The citation from the Ministry of Justice yesterday is a collaborative work. So the Ministry of Justice leads and we follow. The reason why we are talking now, because we believe there's several theory about Paul, coming to Liberia. And if anybody has something to the contrary to say, they can come and say it publicly. But we can say emphatically and with evidence that his coming is as a consequence of the new approach of the government to allow the witness protection program and show people who have the capacity to contribute relevant testimony that will unravel cases such as these to be a show of protection. So we are very excited so far about the cooperation we are getting. We want to use your platform again to please extend our message out to Mr. Oscar Brown and Mr. Emmanuel Zion. They can contact us through the numbers posted on our website. We will as well be sending correspondence to them. Yesterday we were in conversation with the manager of the airport. All of the detail of Oscar Brown has been provided. We are extending correspondence to them personally to say, whether you decide to come volunteer or not, we'll get you to come. But there's a possibility that you utilize a soft program, the witness protection program. Under this program, once you agree to cooperate with the investigation, we will work with the state security to let you come to the country. Nobody will put on here at RIA. We'll get government vehicle there, we'll receive you, we'll take you to a protected facility, we'll give you state security, we'll pay for the facility, we'll give you food, we'll give you everything, and then we'll move with you and the lawyer to the police to provide a testimony.
Will family members visit?
So we have ways in which, for instance, if you must see somebody because the facility are not places that are public. So like this morning, the reason why Mr. King is moved to our office is because we want to have his lawyers and other people talk to him before going to the police. So the flexibilities are there, but these are things we discuss with the potential witnesses and cooperating persons. So we are excited about this. We expect all Liberians to know that the government works for the benefit of everyone. And it does not help when you talk down on your government, when you wish evil for your government, when you say all the worst about the investigation, and when improvement and good things are being done, you still believe that it can't be the government, it got to be a third party. No, something good can happen from Liberia. And we are very happy about the way, the pattern the investigation is taking. The kind of transparency the Ministry of Justice leading this effort continue to show. There is nothing to hide. Persons of interest cannot be restricted just to the names we call. So if you have additional information in the public that you believe is material to determining this case, kindly share with us. Criminal prosecution has a different burden of proof. We all know, and sometimes I say, oh, you made the people suspect. You made the people suspect, you indict them, send them to court. If you don't get the kind of evidence that will prosecute them, then when the war's called free, it becomes a big problem. So we take the investigation very seriously, and we are open to, to additional information from the public. As many people that may have information to provide, the Facebook is good, but it does not do more good with the investigation.
Okay.
Than
Now,
it will do for
when does a
sentiment.
president become whistleblower? In this case, okay, let's assume some of the people in your custody right now, like Mr. King or whoever, says to you through the police that John Brown was one of the presidents who brought this thing to the airport. And they gave you all of the information about that president. And probably the president sends you a communication and say, I want to come home to be able to say the truth and nothing else but the truth. How do you treat that kind of person? You treat them, honor your whistleblower protection, whatever too?
So I will restate. A whistleblower is a person making disclosure. They don't have to go to court to testify on anything. They come, somebody working at OKF and they say, oh, something happening here. They just say, they don't want to be known. That's whistleblower. The witness is the person who, during the criminal proceeding, they want to make a statement. They want to give evidence to help us in prosecution. That's a witness. So we protect both whistleblowers and witnesses. Under our Liberian law, the whistleblower law says we must protect them. The Witness Protection Act says we must protect them. The United Nations Convention on Corruption, Chapter 2, Article 32 and Article 33 requires every member state to protect them. So, of course, some of the information, before we even consider you as a cooperating person, you got to give our testimony, relevant material. Of course, Mr. King provided some testimony to us. Which
Except that you're not answering the question.
I'm coming.
Because I want to do a follow-up.
I know what you're saying, so I'm coming to that. For us to even consider working with you, you must give us some things that have probative value to determining the outcome of the case. We'll not just take anybody because we got government money to spend. No. And generally, the country agrees. From all the testimony out there, the country agrees that Mr. Paul King is a person of interest, and some even assuming that he should be a suspect. So if we can have that assumption without even hearing the facts, then it means such a person, their protection matters. Because the attack against them could come from any side. Your question is, if Mr. Paul King say, I will use your name, Clarence Jackson, the man who gave it to me. And Clarence Jackson say, no. The thing they post saying about me is not true. I won't come testify, but I'm scared. They're drugs, but let me tell you the other side to it. If people call your name out there, Clarence Jackson, that you brought the drugs, and you come to us, you say, I won't get our side, we say, we're not protecting you. We'll let you go to the community. One big pressure group mobilized the young people. They said that we know Clarence Hall, that Clarence brought a joy in the country. Before we even prosecute the case, mob justice could take you out. So we look at the case from several different dimensions. So if Mr. Paul King gave us information, like some of the things he said, we should be given to the police today, that you brought the drugs in the country, and it's not you, so nobody listening should think that it's Clarence. They're just an example. And you say you won't come to give a testimony. Yes, Clarence. We will receive you as a cooperating person because under Liberian law, all persons accused of a crime are presumed innocent. The presumption of innocence. The minister of justice, you get a minister who say, Clarence commit something, then we'll do arbitrary arrest, then we'll start using brute force because we won't show working. No. So even though we have testimony linking you to bringing the drugs, we will assume you are innocent. We will let you can get your testimony. We will facilitate your cooperation. And the people who investigated with ISA, when they charge you based on the testimony, then you no longer benefit our support and protection. But to the extent that you want to cooperate, to give testimony that is relevant and material to determining the case, the Witness Protection and the Ministry of Justice, with the support of Joint Security, will support and comply with you.
Beyond Mr. King, are you getting cooperation? Probably you don't have to call name, or if you want to, fine. Are you getting cooperation from any other person who seem to, want to take your offer or the state's offer to come home?
As and when we get this cooperation, the Ministry of Justice will convey it to the public as they did yesterday in the case of Paul King.
You say that to mean what?
To me, the Ministry of Justice leads on this investigation. The reason I'm talking about Paul King is because that has been made public by the Ministry of Justice. I'm in the back office. My role is to support this effort, which I'm doing. And the fact that it's public information now.
You are sending this correspondence.
Of course, but I work in collaboration and under the supervision of the Minister of Justice. He leads on the prosecution. So once the ministry makes the information public, then we can provide additional information. But yes, we are sending additional correspondence when progress are made and the ministry make this information public. We will provide additional information.
There's some Liberians who believe, and probably you say, well, I have my own limitations. I can't answer certain questions, but. Why should we trust the Witness Protection Agency? Why should we trust the way the thing is going? Why do you want Liberians to trust your institution, for example?
I can say clearly, this is new. So Witness Protection is 6 months old. Even though on the African continent, there are 3 countries now with an agency.
Who are they?
You have South Africa, the Independent Witness Protection Office in South Africa. You have in Kenya, the Witness Protection Agency used to be the Victims and Witness Board in Kenya, and Liberia now with the Witness Protection Agency. But on the African continent, you have 9 Witness Protection Program. In Sierra Leone now, it's still on the Anti-Corruption Commission in Sierra Leone, In Nigeria, it's still under the Anti-Corruption Commission. So you so you have Ghana, Nigeria, several. So you have several other countries trying to develop the program and move into agency. The benefit of the program is the government now says to whoever want to collaborate that we respect your rights. Where we think you can contribute to the case, we will assure you of your protection. If the threat extends to your family, we will support your family and provide protection. Where it does not leave us always thinking, will a matter ever come to an end? The state by itself cannot prosecute any case without the cooperation of the public. Some of the cases you hear people talking about, the government not doing anything. Somebody will come, bring a case, the state will take on that case, and then turn to, sometimes you have armed robbery. When a robbery is done, the state as a government is not a victim. The victim is the person who they go armed robbery, your home that they go to, you the victim. But under our law, because armed robbery is prescribed as a crime, when somebody commit that act, the state will go prosecute. But if you who they go armed rob, if you choose not to testify, how will the state prosecute? And most of the time people say, me, I'm not going there because the government not to come for all of it. But if you don't go there, the person who wants to arm rob will go free. Because under our law, the state must prove beyond a reasonable doubt. You say people arm rob. We met the people on the scene, we arrested them, we prosecuted, you say you're not testifying. If you don't go for the jurors to listen to your testimony, if you don't give your account, how do we prosecute the case? But the justification is the country here, there's no security. So you realize why the witness protection is very relevant. So that government can invest in looking after people who will brave the storm, who will take that courage to come to testify against wrong. And with this kind of intervention, yes, extradition, mutual legal assistance, Interpol assistance, all these can help, but it's far easier. It did not cost the government any extra money to get Paul to come to Liberia. All it cost us was to say, Mr. King, we received your request. You have expressed concern for protection. The Minister of Justice has authorized us to inform you that the state commit to provide you protection. Who pays? Of course, the witness protection has a budget.
You have to pay for your ticket.
No, we didn't pay. He paid for your own ticket because he didn't ask for that assistance. He paid for your own ticket, but we told him why in Liberia and why he's cooperating with the investigation. Everything about his stay here, including VIP security, will be on the state. In the event he provides testimony and the investigation believes that he's a suspect, this benefit will terminate.
Other people believe
we don't protect suspects.
Drug trafficking, especially with the transnational nature, is a big thing. But our state institutions, like your institution and others, are romanticizing this thing. You're addressing this thing.
I think what is important is being able to prosecute a case and holding those who committed the act to account. The truth is, African countries are used to brute force. So any person who is accused of an act, now we have not charged anyone. Person of interest is, we believe, looking at all the chain of evidence available to us, you play a role. Come and tell us why role you play. So the expectation is we'll go to the airport, put 50 police officers, put the people in handcuffs, and then we say, yeah, we are working. Is that how people want us to work? President Bouaka government has made a decision through the Ministry of Justice that will not work that way. We'll work in the way that gives the most result. The way that will respect people's human rights, even when they are accused of heinous crimes, until we can prove their guilt. That's what the law says. If the law wanted otherwise for us to run an inquisitorial system where you are guilty until you prove you're innocent, then we could have done that. But this is an adversarial legal system. It's a common law country where any person accused of a crime is presumed innocent.
Okay.
If our people don't like that, then they can change the law. But this Ministry of Justice will respect the right, the fundamental right of every citizen while we pursue litigation, and will make sure that any person who played a role in these things will give account.
I forgot to say, I thought you were the Minister of Justice.
No,
I wanted to ask another question. I wanted to ask you one question because I wanted to say it's been more than 2 weeks now, yet the whole country we're saying we don't have a suspect in this case. it seems our investigators are sleeping.
No,
Others will say it that way. That's why other people think. People think we're going more than 2 weeks. We're still talking about witness protection. We're still talking about persons of interest. We do not even have a single suspect yet.
So the time for charging should be time bound. It should be 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and we should charge without putting all the pieces of evidence together that can lead to an easy conviction. Everyone will have their theory. We believe the theory we are using may seem slow, but it's been methodical so that we lead to the kind of result that will break, a cartel that could potentially damage the young generation of this country. This is the magnitude of this case. It's so egregious that we are not minimizing it.
And I was also reading something from the Brussels Times. I was reading from the Brussels Times this morning about a nursing student, a female nursing student who came to Liberia, and on her way back to Brussels in August of last year, she was arrested at the airport. She was picked up by customs, and they discovered 9.9 kilograms of cocaine in her luggage. And she said that while in Liberia, when she was about to leave this country, as a matter of fact, she was convicted and sentenced for 40 months last year. Now, she said she went to visit the home of a friend in Liberia, and the friend's family they packed her luggage, and they told her not to open the luggage until she got to Brussels. But then security, through investigation, they noticed that she was in communication with people through text messages and things. And this one is not a question for you, right? But I'm still wondering, why didn't the government take on that? So, for example, if somebody is convicted in Belgium, and the president say a Liberian family packed my bag, why didn't the government even contact the authorities over there so that she say exactly which family, who packed her bag in Liberia? So we have a trace of some of these things. But everybody sat on the government, except that some of us have this privileged information from our colleagues in Brussels and things, and we just let it out. But I know the government is aware of this because prosecution took place. We have an embassy in Brussels. Don't you think those kinds of things are things that we can use to say, since she mentioned a Liberian family, we got to get to her through the prosecution and let her tell us who the family in Liberia she's talking about.
I don't have the facts of the case, so I will be cautious how
I know, I'm not asking you. I'm just raising.
But I can say I don't know how recent the case was. I don't think we have a statute of limitation for prosecution on such a matter.
She was convicted just in December.
Okay, but the question I want to ask you rhetorically is: do you think drugs trade is becoming more prevalent now than it has ever been?
What do you think?
No, it's a question that you can help.
I'm asking, yeah.
And our role is to solve the puzzle, and that's why we're being methodical about our approach. How we engage every actor to be able to understand the chain effect. So I do think the efforts we are making is making the conversation to be more alarming. Like the case of rape. Rape in Liberia, there was several rape happening, but rape was almost part of the culture. It was a taboo for people to talk about. So somebody rape, then you want to say, oh, your uncle, don't do that, don't do that. But when we started with the law and started doing awareness, and then people started reporting cases, we thought it was more alarming than it had been. I think similar thing we are seeing with the drugs case. The effort, the energy, already led the conversation. We are becoming a better country by what we are doing. We are shining the light on every sector. This is good for Liberia.
We should be setting examples too.
Who told you we are angry? And that is why we are methodically following this case, so that whoever brought the drugs in the country, they will face the stiffest punishment of the law.
Okay.
But the Ministry of Justice is excited about the national interest from our citizens. And the minister has said to all of us, his lieutenants, the government and our people will appreciate what we are doing for this country. And I believe so.
Minister Maxwell, look at her. I nearly call it, boy. I told you our Lord Maxwell Grisby is here as our guest this morning on the OK Morning Rush. He says, yeah, Peter King. Is it Peter, right? Paul. Okay, so they are Peter and Paul, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Paul King is in their custody. He voluntarily, working with them, agreed to come back home. And let's watch the process because, there's a presumption of innocence on our laws, but the law provides that after, I think, 72 hours thereby, there should be some formal charge or whatever. Let's follow it and see how it works. 0777-700-995. I will assert all efforts to talk to a British journalist who probably may have covered that case, because something new is coming into my mind. Liberia, we have an embassy in Brussels. I think our ambassador there is Liva Demi. These kinds of cases should concern the Liberian government. If a British student came here and went back to the country, they arrested her with drug cocaine, and she said that somebody in Liberia that packed her bed. What she was actually saying was, I don't know anything about it, but people pack my bed. But then the prosecution insisted that the woman can't tell us that the cocaine issue is criminal. She didn't know about it. They convicted her. So we'll see what, because I thought the government's, attention should be drawn to that kind of thing there. Hello?
Clarence, Piso, good morning.
Good morning.
How was your weekend?
Well, we're good. We're good. This is you signing a pony.
Precisely. This is irresistible pony.
Okay,
and I'm so excited and I'm honored with my revolutionary brother, my visionary brother, Maxwell, for the brilliant and excellent articulation. Our country is indeed going forward. It might be slow, but with the highlights, with the bringing this thing to the full, we'll definitely move us forward. I want to thank the government for setting up that agency. Maxwell has done a brilliant job this morning. I mean, bringing up to speed the function, the responsibility, the methodology, the vision of that agency is quite in place. I got one question for Max, and I like what he's doing. He's not going into detail of the matter, but can he throw a light on Peter King? Is he a party of interest? Has he been called? I'm told he's the one related to Nukal, the brother Peter King, because the Peter and Paul now is all over the country, and we are following the case. Brethren, kudos to Max, kudos to the Minister of Justice, kudos to President Bwaka. Thank you, guys.
Okay, let's talk here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, this Adam Kanen, this is what I some memory Unity Party intellectual bureau. Piso, I will tell you the two way the officer they maintain a lawyer. You the government proceeding well on the most serious note. All of me like I get two of brother. They are taking jobs, the other one see me, rope me will never do me. You know, I'll be happy for jobs. The government really trying. For the thing they imagine the naming people. They're trying to name people that bring the job, they name me there. And what the government ever do this thing?
No, the people, no, the people that bring job, nobody naming here, you. Nobody not tell who brought the job. So let's get that one correct.
How about the people that they naming, according to me, that on the wrong page the world?
But they not, government not say that they don't want brought a job. Government say they are persons of interest.
Yeah, but okay, that one said, we hear that one, but during the past government, we not hear that one. So the government proceeding well. The government. The government, I beg you, Piso want to drop a line of the government. The government proceeding well. Thank you very much.
But in the past government, when there was an issue about 11 million job, the government did not sit. The government arrested and prosecuted people. So don't create the impression that the past government didn't do anything. The government prosecuted people, but probably the government did not have evidence. Hello?
Yeah, good morning, Clarence.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, Clarence, my name is Focus, and I'm from the Southeast. Let me say good morning to the director.
Yeah, Focus, how are you?
Probably I think personally commend the director for providing essential information which many have been yearning to get. But there's one question you raised, and I think I love the way the director posed it. When he said, why should we trust the Witness Protection Unit? And when I was sitting down listening to the director very carefully, three things just going in my mind very quickly. And I want to premise my conversation that the first thing, if you look at the structural head of the Witness Protection Agency, which in Master basically had a history of reforming and brought a lot of expertise and passion on board. And the second thing is that absolutely the Witness Protection had nothing from the public. Seeing the essence of Master basically the Witness Protection, you see that everything that happened at Witness Protection is in the public knowledge. And the last thing had to do with the system and the mechanism, which directly speak to how the Witness Protection functions and what it is intended to do for the public. So I think there's several reasons, and one major reason which you believe in the Witness Protection Unit and the Witness Protection Agency and the structural heads of the Witness Protection Agency. Besides that, Honorable Director, I want to say thank you I'll keep on your good work. Your legacy will speak for you.
Okay, that one I thank you now. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
You open the line for another Judgment Day. That's
good morning. Good morning, Clarence.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, thank you so much for having me on your show. This is Marcus Azariah de Tokawe, and I call for district number 1, Margibi County. Let me thank Mr. Crispin for speaking the way he spoke. I think he's doing his job. Like he said, he's working with the Minister of Justice. So whatever the Minister of Justice put out, they have the right to split it out or to go after it and to defend it. And I think we can acquire him for it because this is his job he's doing. And Master, thank you so much. I believe in you. I know at the Camp Commission, you did very well. And I know the position you're in now, in fact, you'll do more better. Thank you so much for always working for Mama Liberia. Thank you.
Let's go here. Are you there? Hello? Oh, that's the same guy. Just leave the line, boss man. Can you leave the line, please? Good morning. Good morning.
Carl, good morning.
Yeah?
Good morning to your studio guy. Thank you for having me on. My name is Egu Fofana. A proud supporter of Joseph Baka and a member of United Party Intellectual Bureau.
Okay.
United Party Intellectual Bureau is it? I can always remind me about Joe Yatan. Every comment will get one Intellectual Bureau.
Hello, don't compare all.
Let's go ahead, man. No. I'm just saying Joe Yatan will know how the how they call
We forgot about that people. We're not talking about. We're talking about rescue.
All right, let's go. Intellectual, let's go.
So I want to say President Morgan and Justice Ministry, thank you. You know, they further judge they judge everybody is affected direct or indirectly. The judge take on everybody family, whether direct or indirect. So President Morgan, kudos of you doing this because we know that the people that infosys they judge they doing it, the need will come out.
Okay, Chief. Let's go on the other line. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
And there is Councillor Mohammed from Bolan.
Yeah, Councillor.
I just want to say good morning to my distinguished colleague in studio. I followed the show, and Clarence, I participated in initial discussions and working that led to this bureau being created. Initially, we thought it would come under the LSCC at the time. We envisioned this thing after we lost Michael Addison, who was a whistleblower then, and we saw that coming. We just could have given the needed protection as an agency, which I always regret, But the issue, I think the whistleblower and witness protection program is moving well, and in this country, when people are not informed and development of this come up, the tendency people just try to bring it down. But there's great job being done, and I just want to call on my dear brother there I trust his ability. I've known him for a very long time. But let's do everything possible to protect those who need protection. And like he said, because this the issue of the drugs, that's why I admire how the government be very meticulous. Because when you prematurely run to court without proper evidence, the people who involved, the real actors will walk away on red carpet. And so I hear probably the government are saying that the government. This is the first time we have news about drugs, and we see how the government be very meticulous. We have proper evidence.
No, this is not the first time. The past government also thought it was meticulous, but it went to court. It did not lose. It did not win the case.
Clarence, I'm a lawyer. I followed that case at the time.
I'm saying meticulous, meticulous is boss man. No, 1 minute. No. Council, meticulous is meticulous is. But council, wait. No, you're not laying yet. No, meticulous is self-explanatory. Meticulous. Anybody can use that word. So I am saying, when the $100 million drop in it came here, that other government thought it was also meticulous. That's why it went the way it went until the Court of Competent Jurisdiction decided otherwise.
Okay, so the reason why I'm saying this is because in that case, we found the drugs, but the people we accused and took to court, we could not directly link them to the drugs.
But we thought we could link them.
So so it means they were not meticulous.
No, but if anybody think I come in, you are a lawyer. You are a lawyer.
Yes.
In our government, there was a justice minister. There was a solicitor general. There were other people.
Yes.
If any lawyer thinks that you are not meticulous, you drop the case. Because you feel, because you think that you are meticulous, that's why you will go to court.
Clarence. The manner the way you approach a matter, the strategy you use to go to court.
Okay, thank you, Chief.
The theory you present.
Thank you, Counsel.
They will tell people about us that you meant well.
Thank you.
And it's not about praising government and not government. I'm just saying to you. And no, I'm coming down. Please. You talk about time too. What I'm just saying is that the public needs to be patient, and we should support the process.
Thank you.
Should there be any attempt to protect or cover people, we should raise the alarm.
All right, Mohammed. Thank you.
But let's protect the
Mohammed,
people.
your time finished now. Let me take. Please. Let me just take a final caller from the very line. Final caller. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, Piso.
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Tigro.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
I'm good.
This is Ishaka Sharif. I'm the policy response chairman of the CDC.
Ishaka, let's hear you, man.
Thanks so much for the program this morning. I think Maxwell has been the first. He's the first director of that place. Okay, and he's doing a good job, to be frank. But the public should also know that the Witness Protection Agency was established by the CDC government under President Weah back in 2021. So every government has some intention, okay? But my problem about this drug issue is why some state actors are working assiduously to make sure that this thing is resolved amicably and legally. There are others who might be undermining the process, and that's the reason why up to now, we have not had anybody linked to the drugs, because people were talking about high up. And when these things are happening, it leaves more room for speculation. People accuse the other government official, the other advisor is part, because the government has not been meticulous enough,
to... see the other men using meticulous? Because
Yeah,
you see the government not meticulous. They all go...
of course, and that's it. And
but the government thinks it is meticulous. That is the reason why it is going about the way it is.
But Piso, let me say this lastly. If there is no international flavor added to this investigation, I don't think there's anything good that's going to
So
come out of
you
it.
don't trust our state institutions? Would you have said this if you were still in power and your government investigating?
Oh, of course, I would have said the same thing. But
Okay.
that's the thing.
You answered already. Let me let you go. Maxwell, let's come back. We got like 3 minutes. Yeah.
So interestingly, we had 2 issues, but you just got on this case and took up my time. So I will send my folks to come back. The one on the whistleblower thing, when they make disclosure, they have to be protected. We have communicated with the Ministry of Justice at LACC, and we agree in principle to do an engagement on July 10th. So most of you in the media will get a correspondence to talk about witness and whistleblower protection, and to look at some of the recommendations that have come from our technical team on strengthening the legal provision for this program. We want to say thank you. Some of the reasons why we continue to apply caution in the information we give is because it affects people's safety. Councillor Famula just told you the case of Michael Allison, who had contribution to make to have, curb some corruption in government, but he did not get maximum protection. The more we talk about people honor our protection, the more leads we provide for people who may not want them to testify. So we continue to encourage the public to support the government. It is in the interest of the public and the state for the government to prosecute people who do wrong. And in this case, bringing over 235, kilograms of drugs worth millions of dollars is more than wrong. It's one of the greatest wrong that none of us should tolerate. So we want to say thank you again. We will continue to communicate with you once the Ministry of Justice make additional information available to the public. We have a clear channel for approval of communication, and that is intended to make sure we keep guarded so that the safety of our protected persons do not get compromised along the ways. Let me say again, OKFN has been a partner in whatever way we can work with you. to provide public information on our work, we are open to that. Thank you and wish you guys blessing. If you were to open the line for 3 hours, Liberians calling you will say they believe this is a good program. It is because we have a demonstrated history of working in the interest of this country. Thank you.
Okay, Maxwell Grisby, thank you. Thank you ever so much. The head of the Liberia's Witness Protection Agency. Tomorrow we'll be here. How come the project and then the rain stop? I don't know what was bringing the rain. The cool boys. Okay, I'm out of here, man. Tomorrow we'll be back here.